Welcome to the SimplyPats learning channel. In today's video we're going to go through the sorting and grouping of appliances and selecting a range of appliances or individual appliances. Sorting and grouping of data is handy if you want to change the display in the main grid. It allows you to either sort appliances based on certain criteria such as appliance ID, appliance description or test date. And grouping of appliances allows us to drill down through the data and focus on just those appliances based on the filters we've applied. The ability to select appliances within a certain range or individually allow us to apply certain features to just those selected appliances, such as printing out reports. We can include just the selected appliances on the report, saving out just the selected appliances to an existing data file or a new data file, or performing a bulk replace on certain data within the selected appliances, such as the test date, for example. Selecting a single appliance is pretty straightforward. We simply left mouse click on any of the appliances in the main grid. We will notice that on the right hand side the data is now updated to display information related to that selected appliance. We can also now print out a report detailing just the information for that single appliance on one A4 sheet of paper. If we want to select a range of appliances, click on one appliance, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard and click on another appliance. If we want to select multiple appliances that are not within a range, we can hold down the Control key on our keyboard and left mouse click each appliance. If you want to select all of the appliances within the main grid, right mouse click anywhere within the main grid and choose Select All Records. It may be worth noting, if you're used to using keyboard shortcuts, Control A in this instance does not work in the main grid. Control A will instead launch the Replace Abbreviations feature. Appliances in the main grid always have a sort order applied to them by default. That is to say, they are listed based on the data within one single column. In this example, they are sorted by the appliance ID. We know this with the inclusion of a small triangle next to the column header description. If we want to change which column currently has sorting applied to it, we simply click in a different column header. We can now see that sorting has been applied to the appliance description column and the appliances are now sorted alphabetically. If we want to reverse the sort order, we simply click in the column header again, and that will change from A to Z to Z to A. The small triangle will also tell us which way the sorting has been applied. So let's have a look at a real-world example of where sorting may come in handy to help speed up bulk replacing some data. We've carried out some testing today and we've imported the data into this data file. However, we've noticed that the internal battery on our PAT tester has failed and the date has been reset to the factory default of 1899. We want to change the test date to today's date. Now we could go down and look at the test date column looking for all the appliances of 1899, and as we went through earlier we could click on each one, hold down Control on the keyboard while we scroll down and select each individual appliance that we want to apply a date change to. By far a simpler and quicker method would be to sort the data by test date. So if we click in the test date header, we'll notice that all of our appliances are now sorted by test date and 1899 is at the top. We can click on the top one, hold down Shift on our keyboard and click on the last one. And now we'll go to Tools, Bulk Replace, and we'll set the test date to today, click OK, and now we can see that all of those test dates have been changed to today's date. Grouping allows us to focus on certain appliances based on filters that we apply. Those filters are the columns and the data within those columns. Now you may have noticed that we have two additional columns that weren't here before, make and model. They were actually always in the data grid, they were just hidden out of view on the right hand side. If we want to move a column into view, such as the app serial number, we just left mouse click, hold the button down and drag it to where we want it to appear. We're going to go through a real world example of where a customer recently contacted us with a specific requirement. They had a data file with tens of thousands of appliances in it, and they had a safety recall notice on specific appliances which were still in use. They needed to create a report to highlight how many appliances they had, which would then give them the cost of replacing those appliances, but also the logistics involved in going around and decommissioning them. So fortunately the customer had recorded, along with the appliance description, a generic description, the make and model of each appliance that they had in their database. So using grouping, we were able to focus on specific appliances. So the first thing we need to do, we already know what type of appliance it is, and in this instance we're going to use a monitor as an example. So if we drag and drop the app description column header into the group by area, that will now collapse the main grid and give us a condensed view detailing just appliance descriptions. We can now expand just the monitor section, which will display all of our monitors. And we know that the specific monitors that we want to create a report for are Display Pro monitors, and they're the DP 2K monitors. So if we drag and drop the make header into the group by area, followed by the model, and now if we expand the monitors again, we will see that we've got the makes in their own group, and we can expand the Display Pro group, and we can then expand the DP 2K group to just display those models. Now to create the report, which contains just those specific appliances, if we right mouse click on any of the appliances and choose select all records, we're going to message pop up. If we select yes to that, it will just select those appliances. And now if we go to the print results icon, we now have a report which just details the selected appliances together with their locations and the total quantity of the appliances on the report. I've left going through an advanced method of selecting appliances to the end of the video, as it leads on quite nicely from the grouping example that we've just gone through. The only appliances that were subject to a recall in our example are those with serial numbers that begin and end with certain letters. Fortunately, we've recorded the serial number of all of our appliances, so we can use that data to apply filters and select just those appliances. So if we right mouse click anywhere in the main grid, we can choose the option select records containing. So we first need to select all our DP2K monitors. So we're going to choose the appliance model, and then we're going to apply an operator, and we're going to select text that contains, and we're going to type in the value, which is DP-2K, and we're going to click find. Now that's selected all of our DP2K monitors, but as we can see, we have some of them which don't begin and end with the serial number that we're looking for. So we're looking for ones that begin with YB and end with FG. And some of the ones that begin with YB don't have FG at the end. So we're now going to apply another filter, and we're going to select the appliance serial number, and we're going to select text starts with and type in YB, and select another operator, text ends with, type in FG and click find. And it's just going to tell us that it's going to search within the records that are currently selected. So it's going to apply the filter to just those selected items. We click OK. We can now see that we've got all the serial numbers beginning with YB and ending in FG. If we now cancel this screen down, we can now print out a report, just those 4 records in this example, which includes just those items and also includes the serial number. These items could also just be saved out as a separate data file if needed. So you can save them separately from the main data file we've got open here. And you can also remove them from the existing data file when you save them out or create a new data file. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.